Here's a young lady whose prominence was established even before she appeared in her first film, Dr. Zhivago. I'm very happy and delighted to have with me the beautiful Geraldine Chaplin. Welcome to the bitter end.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
You're now appearing in a play here
Yes.
full-time, The Little Foxes.
Little
and
Foxes,
You got
yes.
fantastic reviews.
Oh, yes.
And do you feel comfortable in New York? I mean...
I like New York very much. It's very different from where I live, which is Spain.
Yeah. And why do you live in Spain? I mean, I know that you live in Spain, and I've read it in all the publicity about you, but why in Spain?
Well, I live in Spain, really. I mean, the first reason I stayed there was because we made Dr. Zhivago in Spain, and it lasted for 12 months, just about, the shooting. And then when the time came to pack, and
You stayed.
I couldn't. There were too many things to pack.
I lived in Spain for a while. I loved it, right near Malaga and
It's
and
beautiful,
Coín
yes.
and Torremolinos, and I
Nice
really...
hot weather.
Yeah, well, even though during the winter it was kind of cold, it got there a little bit. Jody, you left home at a very early age. In fact,
Yes.
much earlier than most... How do you like that urge? At a much earlier age than most girls. You were how old?
Well, I left home when I was 17.
And why did you leave so early, and what do you recommend? That other girls do the same?
Oh, yes, I think so. Why not? No,
I
I
have-
left because I wanted to...
Listen, we got to stop this. I have a 17-year-old daughter who's dying to leave home. This is going to just destroy everything, you know? I mean-
Well, then don't. No, I left because I'd finished school, and I wanted to be a ballet dancer. And I lived in Switzerland, because my parents live in Switzerland. And Switzerland, there's no ballet schools. And there was one in London that I wanted to go to, which was the Royal Ballet School, and so I left.
Are you dancing in the new movie? Are you going to do new movies now? And are you
I
going to
hope
dance
so.
in it?
I'd like to,
You'd
yes.
like
I'd love to do a
Can you
musical.
imagine doing Red Shoes and a musical
Oh,
on Broadway?
yes.
That would be great. Do you think most of the young girls should be independent like that? I mean, they should really leave home.
Well,
at
I think
such
if it's a
an early
case of having to, which in my case it was, because obviously I couldn't ask my parents and whole family to come and live in England because I wanted to go and study there.
Right.
So, and they were marvelous about it. They said yes, of course. But I was put into a family which my parents didn't know, but they knew of, and they were told to keep an eye on me. And
So you were a
everything.
little protected, I
Yes.
mean, in that sense.
Yes.
Did you like doing Dr. Zhivago?
Yes, it was very hot though.
It looked absolutely cold during
I
the whole
know,
movie.
that was the hard part of it. It was about 110, 112 degrees, and we had on fur coats and blankets and everything. We had to look cold.
You know, it's nice that the young people today, or the young actors and actresses, are so, I think, different. There is a whole attitude today. Don't you think there's a difference between the old-time actors and the young ones today? Like, I've had Dustin Hoffman on the show.
Oh,
and
he's
Michael
marvelous.
Pollard.
Mike Pollard, I adore
I'd love
Mike
to have
Pollard.
Julie Christie also. I mean, I think
Yes.
that type of young actress and actor is very different than the sort of staid establishment actors. Don't you think that's true?
Yes, I think they're much nicer.
Nicer.
Yes.
Well, that's all right. Listen, I interviewed some. I think so too. But what do you think? There's a whole different generation. They really embody
Well, it's the sort of destruction of the star system, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, there isn't that thing where they have to have pink Cadillacs and God knows what.
But I hear that there's a desire to return to that. Do you think that's
No,
gonna
I
happen?
hope not. I don't think so, no.
Yeah.
I can't see Mike Pollard in a pink
Oh
Cadillac.
God, wouldn't that be funny? Well, I could see him maybe in a pink Volkswagen, maybe.
Yes,
Yes, or
yes.
a little Fiat.
Or a pink truck.
A pink truck, yeah, with all the people from Bonnie and Clyde waving behind them with
Yes.
machine guns and big hats. What kind of a childhood did you have?
Oh, marvelous. In Switzerland, in the country. I was brought up completely in the country. And we had a big garden, and we used to play cowboys and Indians and football.
Were you a tomboy? Like?
Yes.
Yeah. And how about now? I mean, you've gotten out of that completely now. You're such a lovely girl.
Oh, thank you.
You handle it so great, too. I mean, that's a delight to see it in the young girls. Today, when you say girls are beautiful or pretty, they sort of resent it. I mean, they almost have a thing about, listen, I should be something else, but not charming, you know.
Oh.
And I think that that feeling is kind of nice. When you're in New York City, you're doing a show, but when you do movies, do you have any feeling, and I know everybody asks that kind of question, I'm always interested in it also, about which you like better?
Well, this is the first time I've ever done a play, and I've done quite a few movies. I think a play is more satisfying to an actor. Movies are more a director's medium.
Well, do you like the relationship between you and the audience?
Yeah, oh, it's terrifying.
Why?
Well, I wasn't expecting it at all. I mean, I'd been on the stage dancing, and it's quite different because between you and the audience, you have an orchestra, and so the audience is just a sort of black thing, breathing thing. Whereas when I came out on the stage on the first night in Little Foxes, the audience was it was something very concrete. It was a whole lot of little pink faces all looking. And I got so scared.
Well, what did you do?
I forgot my lines.
Oh, come on. You really did?
Yes.
Oh.
I just stood and stared
You
at
got
them.
such good reviews, though, so that must
Nobody
have made
came
it
on the
up
first night.
Oh, you mean it was the first time in a preview, you mean, that you got so scared?
Yes.
Oh. But after a while, it gets kind of nice, doesn't it?
Yes.
To see that kind of feeling about it. Let me ask you, did your father influence your life tremendously? I mean, more so than relationship with other people?
I think as much as any father who's a good father, I don't think probably not more and not less.
You know, it's interesting that your father has not attained today the same kind of thing that's happening with Bogart or W.C. Fields.
Yes,
I wonder
it's true.
about that.
In
Why?
America especially.
Yeah, why is that? I mean, he's
don't
such one of the
know.
great artists of all
Yes.
time, maybe
I think
the
he probably
greatest.
will in about 10 years from now.
Yeah, all of a sudden they'll even go back farther, huh?
Yes.
And find out what's happening. What about your brothers and sisters? They all felt the same way you did, or were they terribly?
Well, they're all, Michael left home. My brother Michael left home even younger than I did. He left at 16.
Oh, we're going to have lots of
And-
children on that. I can see that. My 16 and 17 are going to call me up and say,
But then I
look
have
how
a sister
great.
who's 18 and she's still living at home,
Yeah.
so I guess it...
Well, 16 years old to leave home. Did he just disappear, or he went also
Yes,
in the same way?
he went off to London. He was fed up with school and he just left.
He's
He
an actor
disappeared.
also?
No, now he's studying to be a doctor, as a matter of fact. He sort of went through various phases of wanting to be anything,
And
everything.
then you come back and go to school.
Yes,
and
that's what he's
start
done,
all
yes,
over again.
yes.
Yeah, that's happening with quite a few people now. Do each of the children differ tremendously, or is there a tremendous amount
In our
of...
family, there's certainly, yes, they're all completely different, thank goodness. So there's not much competition. I mean, they all want to do different things.
What is the thing you'd like to do most now? I mean, you'd like to do movies now?
Movies
or
and stage.
Any particular kind? I mean, do you have something you particularly would like to do?
Anything good.
Who's going to judge that? Isn't
I
it
like to
tough?
do films, small budget films, sort of more what they call art films. I hate that word, but
Do you really have that
sort
choice? Doesn't the agent come along and say, listen, this is a big money thing?
Not
and
my
you're-"
agent.
Not your agent, huh? So this is a big money thing, you're going to go right into it.
oh, yes, sure they say that, but I say no.
Well, that's good. That's what I think the difference is. I think today about the young actors and actresses
There's
compared
certainly that
to the
difference too,
star
yes.
development is that difference in what they want to
Yes,
do.
you want to act because you want to have fun. You want to like what you're doing and believe in what you're doing, and not just do something because it's going to get you a lot of money.
Yeah. What is it in New York you like best? Or I'll ask you another one.
Yeah. I like the pace.
The pace. It is
Because
a
it's so
fast-
different from the pace in Spain. The pace of living, everything is a rush around. It's
Yeah.
very exciting.
The most fun I had in Spain was, the most exciting thing I remember was I went to somebody's house and they had a warmer underneath the
Foot
table,
warmer.
a foot warmer. I never saw
Yes.
anything like that. Geraldine, thank you. Just sit here, because
Oh,
right
yes.
now